the thought in your head that
I think there's way too many donkeys out there.
You know what you should do? You should stop doing whatever it is you do. You will become exceptional the moment you make an exceptional decision.
The only thing that changes your life is making a decision.
You have to be so clear in your mind exactly what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And for me, it doesn't work without it.
Where'd it go, Paul? Okay, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hey guys. Yeah. Welcome to Dan Cummins Chevrolet. I like it. Yeah, that sounds good. Go. Feeling it this morning. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Share the feed, share the feed. Ricky Baines out there in London, my man. Got some stuff to teach you guys today. All right, wonderful. Thank you. Everybody feeling good? Yeah. All right, let's go like this. Stretch a little bit. Come on. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Stretch it out a little bit. Golly. I had like a whopping 3 beers last night, and I can feel it today. Like that stuff's like poison in my body at this age, man. I just can't do it anymore, man. I don't know how I used to hang with you guys. So here's what we're going to talk about. We talked about this just a little bit briefly yesterday. Some of you guys that were up there at the desk, but I wanted to dive more into it a little bit today. So as you can see, donkey versus thoroughbred. The name of today's meeting is Don't Be an Ass. Okay? And I know I don't cuss on here, and so I don't mean ass like, I mean don't be a donkey, right? A jackass, right? I can say that because that's where we're at. So, donkeys versus thoroughbreds. We're going to dig into this just a little bit today. Hopefully this is going to work. My slider pointer thingy. There we go. Okay, basically you got a donkey, you got a thoroughbred, right? At their foundation, they're basically the same. They both got 4 legs, right? They eat like the same stuff, right? Like they eat like hay and whatever. I don't know. I'm not from here. You guys probably know a little bit more about this than I do. Okay, but they do what they do. And they walk around on 4 legs. But there's some stark differences, obviously, clearly between a donkey and a thoroughbred, right? Donkeys typically smaller, some would maybe say weaker. And what do we use these guys for? Work. They just work. They just work, right? That's kind of all they do. We load them up, we put a bunch of packs on them, and we slowly trot our way down through, I grew up in Arizona, so we use them to go down like in the Grand Canyon, right? You just kind of trot your way down, nice and slow, you meander. They're good, they serve a purpose, but they don't like shine. They're not like the star of the show, right? Like even in, what was it, like Winnie the Pooh or whatever, you had Eeyore, right? Everybody knows Eeyore, but he wasn't the star of the show, right? He wasn't even the thoroughbred. He's just a donkey. So you've got your donkeys, then you got your thoroughbreds. Their muscles are glistening, and they're shining, and they're always all dressed up. And they got like, I was at an auction thing last night, and they had like the bridle from American Pharoah, and people were like, $2,500, $2,600, $2,700. They'll pay, people pay all this money just for the bridle that was in American Pharoah's mouth, right? So some stark differences between a donkey and a thoroughbred, even though basically they're the same. So, let's go to a definition real quick. Donkey, a domesticated hoofed mammal of the horse family with long ears and a brain call. Used as a beast of burden, an ass. Definition of donkey. Beast of burden. Has anybody in here ever felt like a beast of burden? I used to feel like a beast of burden. When I worked at that dealership in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I worked 7 days a freaking week and had to work on Sundays and didn't get rewarded really well, and they put everything on my back, and I just always had to carry the load, and they didn't appreciate me, and they treated me like crap, I feel like a beast of burden. That's what I feel like. Below that it says a stupid or a foolish person. That's the definition of donkey. An ass, a stupid, foolish person, and a beast of burden. Who wants to be that guy? Nobody? Okay, good. Glad we don't have any hands up right now. Okay? None of us want to be donkey, all right? So that's the definition of a donkey. That's what that looks like, okay? That's what a donkey looks like, right there. He's just this goofy little thing. He's there. He's average. He's a beast of burden. Doesn't really do much. He's an ass. You guys get it? Okay. That guy looks similar to that donkey. Okay? All right, that guy right there, this is me in 2007, and I was skinny, man, but God, I was a donkey, man. I was a jackass back then. I was a foolish person. I owned my own business. That was cool, right? Okay, I'm a business owner. That's neat. But I partied all night. I slept in late. I drank and drugged often. I made money. I made money. But I was broke. Every single day I was broke. I just blew it. Okay, I never trained on anything. I had no discipline at all. But what did I do? I did work hard. I always worked hard because I was a beast of burden. I had no choice. I was broke every single day. I had to get out there and work hard. I owned my own business. Nobody was going to do it for me. And if I didn't work hard, I couldn't make money. And if I didn't make money, then I couldn't spend it on partying and drinking and drugging and all the stupid crap that I used to do. Very similar. Donkey, donkey. Right? Don't they look close? Yeah. Freaking both a couple of jackasses. All right? So that was me. That was me 10 years ago, 2007. Now, the difference between a real donkey and like the metaphorical donkey is a real donkey cannot do anything to become a thoroughbred. It just can't. It's genetically designed a certain way, and it can't change, regretfully. Okay? Now, as human donkeys, we're not in that predicament. We can make the change. We can develop the disciplines and the training, and we can study, and we can learn, and we can grow. And we can become thoroughbreds even if once, at one point, we were donkeys. We can do that. So, let's look here. When I was back in my donkey stage, this is my grandma, Betty Smith, okay? And you can tell, there's me back in my Budweiser shirt, which is about all I ever wore back then. And there's Grandma, who looks just thrilled to be there with me, right? And she looks so excited and proud of her son or her grandson. Can't you see it in her face? I mean, come on, guys. So this picture means a lot to me because my grandmother, when I was in this donkey stage, let me back up even a little bit. My grandmother, she was married to my grandfather for close to 50 years before my grandfather passed away. They were high school sweethearts. My grandfather, I never once saw the man without a shirt and tie on. Like, not a single time. You could hear him wake up in the bedroom when we would stay at my grandparents' house. You'd hear him wake up in the bedroom. You'd hear some jostling around. Then the door would open. Out comes Grandpa, 7 a.m., shirt and tie. Sunday, Saturday, Tuesday, didn't matter. Didn't have anywhere to go. But he was shirt and tie, and he got his coffee, and he read his newspaper. And that's how I remember my grandfather. Now, my grandmother never had a driver's license. Her entire life, she never drove a car. Never once. Because she met my grandfather, and she knew instantly that my grandfather was going to take care of everything that she ever needed for her entire life. So she just knew she could count on him. That he was Mr. Reliable. He was disciplined. He was going to come out the same. She knew what to expect. She knew what she was going to get. He was going to be a provider. He was going to be a protector. He was going to be a man, and and she knew it. She never had to have a job. She never had to have a license. She didn't have to have any of that. So I'm sitting there having a conversation with my grandma. I'm back in my donkey stage, right? And I've got this girl named Tara that I'm head over heels with, and she's just driving me crazy back and forth. But we're together, we're not together, we're together, I need you, I love you, all that crap, right? And so I'm in that stage, and I asked my grandma, in front of Tara, I asked my grandma, I'm like, why do we, you had this 50-year marriage, and everything was great, and here I am, I'm trying to be in a good relationship, and it's not working. We fight all the time, and sometimes she goes, and sometimes she stays, and just, Grandma, help me, I need some advice. And my grandma, who I thought was going to be on my side, she just looked me straight in the eyes, and she said, what do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? You're jumping around from job to job, freaking broke all the time, just like to party, you're not disciplined. How how does this woman know what to expect from you? How can she dedicate her life to you? How can she pour herself into you? What do you have to offer? That was a defining moment for me. I needed to hear that. I needed someone to knock me down a peg and be like, dude, yeah, so you can party, you can run a business, and you can play cards, and you can be popular. What do you have to offer to anybody that's long-term, that's effective, that's going to make a difference? Where do you add value in more than just buying somebody a shot? So that was a big moment for me. And I ask you guys that question right now. What do you guys have to offer? You tired, bud? Why don't you go downstairs and wake up? Go downstairs, get a cup of coffee or something. Ask yourself this question right here. All right, what do you have to offer? What are you giving your customers right now? What are you doing for them? Can they count on you? Are you reliable? Do they know that you're gonna support them and you're gonna stand up for them? You're gonna protect them? Do they know that about you or no? You gotta ask yourself that question. What do you have to offer? Are you a donkey? Definition of a thoroughbred. Bred from the best blood through a long line. Excuse me. All right. Of, relating to, or being a thoroughbred horse. Having characteristics resembling those of a thoroughbred. Bottom line, my favorite one, trained or skilled. I pulled up another definition over here. It says pure breed, especially a breed, we don't really care about that right now, of outstanding quality. Okay, so here's the words that I read in these definitions. It says down here, first class. So first class, trained, and outstanding. Those are the words that stand out to me. Okay, a thoroughbred is first class. What does that look like? What do you think about when you think first class? You think luxury, right? You think nice. Is first class worth more than second class? Yeah? Do people pay more for first class than second class? When you walk by the people in first class on the airport, you like, then you go climb in your seat, you know. You go sit in between the 350-pound guy and the 420-pound guy. You're like, I hope he doesn't fart. Right? Okay, so first class, there's value to first class. We all see and understand the value in first class. Trained, they train every day. Every single day, even if it's just a little bit. They train every single day. They say it takes 10,000 hours, okay, to become an expert in anything. They've done this massive study on all these pro athletes and all these people and, you know, Steve Jobs and all these guys, and they're like, at what point do you really become an elite athlete or an elite person in your field? And they say it takes 10,000 hours. Okay? It's a lot of freaking hours, right? So you got to do it just every day. Like, I can't do 10,000 hours this week. It's impossible. I got to do it every day. Like my daughter, I've got her golfing right now at 7. She started at 5, and I've got her swinging just a little bit every day, even if it's just 5 swings a day, 10 swings a day, 30 swings a day. I just got her swinging every single day because she's only 5. She's got time to put in 10,000 hours, right? She's got time to do that, and maybe she'll be able to do something. She loves the game. I don't know. But here in this industry, in our business, I don't know how much time we got. I don't know if we got another 10,000 hours. No one knows. So we got to make sure we're training like every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. We got to train a little bit. And just get a little bit better every single day. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to train for 2 hours. You don't have to train for 6 hours. Train for 5-10 minutes. Pay attention to it. Focus on it. Take your phone out, turn off your notifications, and turn on your Grant Cardone. Quick side note, I turned off notifications on my Facebook 8 days ago. Just turned off the notifications. I didn't get rid of Facebook. I still use Facebook. I'm on Facebook Live right now. I love Facebook. I turned off my notifications. Now I use Facebook when I want to use Facebook. Versus I'm in the middle of something, I get a notification, and then I look over, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't important, and then I go through, and oh, shit, man, really? They sold him a car, man? What? Oh, come on, man. And next thing you know, I lost what I was doing. So if you, tidbit, little words of wise, turn off your notifications, it'll change the world. It's crazy. I've been intense the last 8 days. I've been waking up a half hour, 45 minutes before my alarm clock every single day. It's just exciting. I got work to do. Trying to get in my 10,000 hours. First class, trained, outstanding, awesome word, right? Anybody hear that word back in like elementary school? You got outstanding. You're like, yes! Mom, Dad, put this on the fridge. Outstanding. Big word, right? So these are the words that we associate with a thoroughbred versus those other words that we associated with a donkey, right? So, this is what a thoroughbred looks like to me. Okay? Floyd Mayweather. Anybody excited about that fight? Hell yeah, right? I'm excited about that fight. I've already got my destination. I know where I'm going to watch it. I know who I'm going to watch it with. I know the date. I'm excited. If my wife's watching, sorry, can't hang out that night. I'm watching the fight. That's what I'm doing. Okay? This guy right here is thoroughbred. And I made sure to cover his nipples because I didn't want this to be like X-rated. All right? So, Floyd Mayweather. Okay, is he the biggest guy on the planet? No. He's not the biggest guy on the planet. Not at all. Does he knock everybody out that he goes into the ring with? Nope. Is he just a bruiser? Nope. No, not at all. Is he probably the most trained, disciplined athlete we've ever seen? Yep. By far, right? That's what makes this guy, that's what makes him a thoroughbred. Every single ounce of his body is trained. He's focused on it every day. Watch his videos, pull them up. The guy just trains. That's what he does. He trains a little bit every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. How many times a year does he fight? Maybe one. Maybe. But how many days a year does he train? 365. 365. He's constantly training every single day. So when he gets into the ring, guess what? It's natural. It's just instinct. He doesn't even have to think. The mind just goes away. It's in the ring. Boom. I did this yesterday. I did this the day before yesterday. I did this last week. I did this last month. I did this last year. I did this 2 years ago. I did this 5 years ago. He didn't even have to think. He just goes in and performs. That's what thoroughbreds do. What about this guy? Thoroughbred? Oh, yeah. Everybody's like, yeah. This guy's a thoroughbred. Okay? This guy's intense. He trains every day. He works on his body. He makes sure it's tight. He knows his technique. He knows his skills. He knows everything. Is he going to get his ass kicked? Yes. Okay, we know that. He can't use his feet. All right? Floyd's going to kick his ass. I think, my personal opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong publicly. But this guy's a champion. He's outstanding. He's first class. He's done things in his industry, in his field, and in his trade that no one else has done, that no one else does, and simply because he trains every single day like a thoroughbred. He's ready to perform every single day like a thoroughbred. Right? So then I looked it up. Okay, so donkeys work, they work hard, and they make money, right? Donkeys make money, make average money. I used to make money. Point. I used to make, money. I made some average money. So donkeys make money, no doubt about it. Thoroughbreds, they get paid. They get paid. Okay, read it right there. According to Keith, Mayweather is expected to make at least $100 million, but his take could balloon to 4 times that much if the event hits all of its monetary metrics. McGregor will make at least $75 million, which is 5 times as much as he's made from any UFC event. What happened to him in his last UFC event? He lost, right? How does a guy that lost get paid $75 million to fight again? Because he trains. He's a thoroughbred. He adds value. We want to watch him. We want to see him fight. Mayweather trains. He's a thoroughbred. He's disciplined. We want to watch him. We want to see him fight. I don't even know how much the fight's going to cost, but we're going to get it. Is it $149? Done. $250? Got it. $500? Hey, homeboy, you want to go in with me on this? But we're going to get it. We're going to pay. And these guys are going to get paid because they put in the work. Every day, just a little bit. Every day, just a little bit. They're thoroughbreds, man. They're thoroughbreds. Bloodline. Another part of what makes a thoroughbred, of course, is the bloodline. And I really want to touch on this a little bit. This is Secretary's bloodline over here, okay? When a horse, a thoroughbred, performs, right? This is this is for my Kentucky people. For those of you not from Kentucky, you might not get this as much, but a horse performs, it does well, it wins a lot of races, right? Then what happens to it in retirement? Where's it go? Right? Goes to the stud farm, right? So it goes to the stud farm, and it gets taken care of, and it lives its life reproducing, right? Is that a good word? Okay, so that's where the thoroughbred goes. Now, people come over, and they pay for the pedigree, right? Like all these, horse people, these guys that buy these horses and stuff, they'll pay. They'll be like, hey, that's Secretariat's, second cousin from the third side or whatever, so I'll pay you this much money, you stud my horse, because we understand in Kentucky more than anything, we understand how important the bloodline is, right? The bloodline is what makes kind of the pedigree, where you come from matters in the horse industry. Reason I really want to touch on this a little bit, hold on, screw that slide. Look at this guy right here. Remember that guy? Okay, this is Josh Mitchell. As we all know, Mr. Josh Mitchell is leaving us. Okay, Josh Mitchell's going to Huntington Beach, California. All right, he's going out there. He's got an incredible opportunity. He's going to go work for a different dealership, which I hate to lose him. But here's what I understand about Josh Mitchell, and here's what you guys have to understand about Josh Mitchell. Josh Mitchell grew up here. Okay? This is where he grew up. He hasn't had an opportunity to go out on some different tracks and see what he's made of. A horse can be awesome in your backyard, but until you put him out there on the track, you don't really know what he's made of, right? You can't get to the Derby until you make your way around the circuit. You just can't get there. And what we have in Josh Mitchell is we've got a thoroughbred. He's been training every single day. He's working hard every single day. He's got an opportunity. His daughter just graduated high school. He's like, oh man, I've been in one place this whole time and I'm working hard and I've developed a pedigree. And what does it say on the top of his pedigree? It says this right here. It says Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick. This is his bloodline. This is where he comes from. This is how he was built. Do you think that if Josh Mitchell was working at a dealership in like Montana selling 120 cars a month at Huntington Beach, California, would have called his ass? No. No. Okay? They called him because of this. I'm not taking away from what he does. I'm just saying this is his bloodline. This is where you guys are at. This is your bloodline. You're part of this right here. Okay? Mayweather gets paid. McGregor gets paid. Josh Mitchell is getting paid. They tracked him down. They said, man, we see you. You're training hard every day. We know what we're going to get. We know we can count on you. We know we can rely on you. We know that you come from good stock. You come from that Dan Cummins group that sold 800 cars in a month when they used to sell 150. So we know where you're from. We know who you are. We know what you do. So we're going to pay you. That's when you get paid, guys. That's when you get paid. Now, what Mitchell doesn't know at this point is our paths are going to cross again. Okay? Right now, he's taking an opportunity because of where he's at in his life. It's not because it's a better store, a better operation. It's because of where he's at in his life. His oldest just graduated high school. He's been in Paris, Kentucky forever. He's got an opportunity to go to sunny California. Right? I like California. You guys like California? Doesn't snow in California. There's beaches in California. So he gets to go and he gets to experience life and he gets to see what he's made of. He has a massive challenge ahead of him. Because now he's got to go in with the Dan Cummins pedigree. He's got to go in and represent who they believe that he is, who, I promise you, who they think he is even bigger than who he really is. Because people buy when value exceeds price. So if they're paying Mitchell this, they really think he's worth this. Does that make sense? You guys get that? So here's the opportunity that you guys have. Okay? We're all coming from this bloodline right here. It's the Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick. This is what we've got in our veins. Okay? Now, we also have an opportunity to be a donkey who bears the workload at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick, or we can be the thoroughbred who gets paid. Our customers don't want to deal with the donkey. They don't. Trust me, they're dealing with donkeys all across the nation in this industry. That's what they're dealing with. They hate it. That's why they hate us. They think you're a donkey. They want a thoroughbred. They will pay more for a thoroughbred. You will get paid as a thoroughbred. And you've already got the bloodline. Do you guys see the opportunity? When we expand this dealership, which we're going to do, and that's where this will come full circle with Mitchell, because as our company expands and grows, as we start to take over and multiply, we're going to get a little closer to California, right? And if Mitchell goes out there and proves, he starts building that pedigree and proves that he's really the man out there in this big market, who's to say I'm not calling him a few years from now going, hey Mitchell, I'm a little further south, it's a little warmer, I want to pay you, bro, I want to pay you. Who's to say that won't happen? He's got to go prove himself. You guys have all that exact same opportunity. When we expand and open more stores, do you think I'm going to go, okay, I need to promote somebody, let's see, there's that guy he's only late sometimes. And, he sells around 20 cars most of the time. And he'll do what I ask him to do if I ask him a couple times to do it. And his customers kind of like him. You think that's the guy getting promoted? You think that's the guy I'm going to grab and take with me to the next store and to the next level as we keep going? Or am I going to grab the guy that I know I can count on? The guy that shows me he's first class, shows his customers he's first class. The guy that when I think about him, I think, outstanding. That guy's outstanding. That's the guy I'm taking. And as far as your customers, that's the guy they're buying from. They want the guy that's outstanding, that's trained every day, that is a thoroughbred. Are you a donkey? Are you a thoroughbred? I personally am on a mission to eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business. I'm going to do this by making sure all of my customers feel special, feel important, feel like they're the only one. I will offer an experience that exceeds my customers' expectations today, tomorrow, and in the future. I will not just sell cars here at Dan Cummins. I will create fans. Let's have a big weekend. You a thoroughbred or a donkey? We're thoroughbreds, baby. Love you guys.